Hi, welcome to Tea and Mystics. Today I will be sharing a short review of the book The Fairies in Tradition and Literature by Katharine Briggs while I am sipping on some Elderberry Hibiscus tea that I made a really deep infusion of and added to some carbonated water. The Fairies in Tradition and Literature is a book that really looks at a wide overview of the tradition of fairy belief in the British Isles. And this book, which is by Katharine Briggs, is a mix of an academic scholarly look at fairy belief, and it's also some storytelling while sharing some fairy stories that have been told throughout time in the British Isles. And it really does give a nice overview of fairy belief. Katharine Briggs herself was an eminent folklorist in Britain, and she's written various books that look at folk tales and fairy tales of the British Isles, and this book is really just focused in on fairies and the belief in fairies, and I really appreciated it because it is a lot of more of a scholarly approach to the topic and gives you a nice wide-ranging look at fairy beliefs in the British Isles. There are a couple parts within the book where it presupposes that you have a bit of a base of a knowledge in fairy lore, but overall, even if I think you were new to the subject, you could pick this book up and learn a lot about fairy beliefs in the British Isles. So I really recommend it, and I'm not the only one who has turned to Katharine Briggs to learn more about fairy lore. I have read in interviews that Susanna Clarke, who wrote the book Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, and also Piranesi, also recommend her when trying to learn more about some of the folk beliefs of Britain. So if you are interested in the tales of fairies, in folk beliefs and folk tales, then I would definitely recommend checking the book out. Today I am sipping on some elderberry and hibiscus herbal tea from Genuine Tea, which I talked about in the last video, and I'll link to it down below. And I really like to use this herbal tea now in some carbonated water to give a nice refreshing afternoon drink. And when I want some of the bubbly feelings, it's really easy to make. I just steep a mug of tea for a few hours, so it's, you know, really concentrated with the elderberry and hibiscus flavors, and then I just pour a little bit of tea into the cup and add the carbonated water, stir, and I'm ready for a refreshing afternoon drink. Thanks so much for tuning in to Tea and Mystics. Cheers!